In a time when the world was engulfed in darkness and violence, a righteous man chosen by the Most High received a vision of divine judgment. The guidance of Enoch, a prophetic vision. The world was steeped in darkness, where unrighteousness and violence ran rampant. Enoch, a man of profound wisdom and righteousness, stood at the edge of a divine realm. His deep brown skin glowed under the divine light, and his tightly coiled hair reflected the radiance of his calling. He was about to receive a prophetic vision that would change the course of history. Enoch, resolute and composed, stood tall in the glowing presence of the Most High. His simple linen tunic, dyed in earthy tones, symbolized his connection to both the land and his sacred mission. His eyes, dark and wise, gazed into the expanse before him as he awaited the word of God.
Enoch,
A voice boomed from the heavens, resonating with power.
the time has come for you to deliver my message. The wicked shall be judged, and the righteous shall find their peace. You are the messenger of this truth.
Enoch nodded, the weight of the prophecy settling into his heart. He had been chosen not just as a father, but as a guide to lead his descendants and all future generations onto the path of righteousness. Later, in the peaceful home of Enoch, his son Methuselah, a strong, youthful man with deep brown skin and tightly coiled hair, stood by his father's side, awaiting his guidance. Enoch motioned for him to gather the family. Methuselah, call upon all your brothers and our relatives. The word calls me, and the Spirit is upon me. I must show you what shall befall us all. Methuselah went out, his deep brown skin shining under the sun as he summoned their family, his relatives gathering in awe and reverence for the words of their patriarch. When all were present, Enoch spoke, his voice steady, as if carrying the weight of divine knowledge.
Hear me, my sons. Walk in righteousness and do not follow the path of the wicked. Do not come near uprightness with a double heart, nor associate with those who practice deceit. For I know that violence will grow on the earth, and a great chastisement will come. The root of unrighteousness will be torn from the earth, and all who walk in violence shall perish.
The family stood in silence, absorbing the gravity of Enoch's words. Father, what will happen to those who remain in wickedness? Enoch, his face filled with both sorrow and determination, raised his hands to the heavens.
When sin, blasphemy, violence, and transgression reach their fullness, a great wrath will descend from the heavens. The Most High will come with fire and judgment to execute divine justice on the earth. The idols of the heathen will be destroyed, and their temples burned with fire. All unrighteousness shall be cut off from its roots.
As Enoch spoke, the heavens seemed to stir, a vision unfolding before his eyes. The world below was filled with images of chaos. Floods of darkness, violent storms, and figures engaged in acts of cruelty and deceit. Yet, through it all, there was a glimmer of hope. The righteous, standing tall and bathed in divine light, were untouched by the coming destruction.
But do not fear, my children. For the righteous shall rise from their sleep, and wisdom will be granted to them. They shall walk in paths of peace, and righteousness will be their companion. Those who remain faithful shall be vindicated.
His voice rang with authority, echoing through the hearts of his family. Enoch paused for a moment, his gaze shifting to his son Methuselah. The vision had shown him the fate of the wicked, but also the promise of salvation for the righteous.
Methuselah, my son, you must carry this message forward. For those who walk in righteousness, the path is clear. But for those who continue in their ways of violence, their time will soon be over. The choice is theirs, but the judgment of the Most High is inevitable.
Methuselah bowed his head, the weight of his father's words settling in his heart. I will carry your words, Father, and share them with all who will listen. As the family gathered around Enoch, the vision began to fade, leaving behind a sense of peace that only the righteous would experience. Enoch's face softened with a serene knowing, for he knew that God's justice would prevail.
Remember, my sons, walk in the paths of righteousness and do not turn to violence. For the wicked shall perish, but the righteous shall live on forever.
Enoch standing in the divine light, the peaceful world unfolding before him. His family, now strengthened in their faith, stood alongside him, ready to face whatever would come, knowing that divine justice was inevitable. The heavens above and the earth below were aligned. Justice would come, and the righteous would rise, victorious.